And welcome here inside Odell Arena in Paul Patterson Court for tonight's Crossroads League Tournament quarterfinal matchup between the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars and the 18th ranked Taylor University Trojans. Rick Johnston here with you tonight as Taylor gets to host the first round league tournament game for the first time in many, many years. The Trojans come in 21-9 after a 76-61 win at Grace this past Saturday. Grace scored the first five points of the game. Taylor tied it at 7, then ripped off 11 in a row to lead 20-11 at the end of the first quarter. They would never trail ever again. Taylor eventually built their lead up to 22 with 2:19 remaining in the third quarter, and they were never really challenged after that. The Trojans had 3 players in double figures. Kendall Bradbury scored 23 points on 7 of 9 shooting. She also had 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Abby Books turned in career highs in points and rebounds, 19 tallies and 9 boards, including 5 on the offensive glass. Cassidy Wise was the Taylor's only other double-figure scorer. She had 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting. She also had 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Becca Books sat out that game for TU with a lower body injury. She is good to go here this evening. Mount Vernon Nazarene comes in. They are 17-13 overall. They finished in a 3-way tie for 5th in the Crossroads League standings, but due to tiebreakers, they end up with the 6th seed and are here tonight against TU. Mount Vernon won 73-67 at receiving votes Huntington this past Saturday. The game was tied at 65, and Mount Vernon Nazarene was able to score 8 of the final 10 points over the final 3 minutes to pick up the victory. Huntington was held scoreless over the final 2:39. The Cougars had 4 in double figures, led by Taylor Gregory, the outstanding freshman, with a team-high 19 points. She also scored 10 of Mount Vernon Nazarene's final 14, and she had 15 of her 19 in the second half. Rachel Perry chipped in 17 after scoring just 25 points in her previous 9 games combined. She came off the bench in that contest against Huntington. Sierra Basista had 15, and Danny Ellerbrock had 13. These two teams have split their regular season meetings, each team winning on their home floor. Taylor led most of the way at Mount Vernon Nazarene, if you'll remember, back in December, before going ice cold late, and MVNU picking up the points when they needed. No Abby Books in that game for TU, no Danny Ellerbrock, one of the leaders in assists in the country for Mount Vernon Nazarene, where these teams met up here a couple of weeks ago. We'll take a break and come back. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Trojans. That is Jody Martinez. This is Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network and the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Founded in 1950, Central Indiana Orthopedics began its tradition of offering compassionate expert treatment for patients with bone, joint, and muscle injuries and conditions. CIO doctors and staff continue that tradition today and provide specialized care in the following areas: ankle, back, elbow, foot, hand, hip, joint replacement and revision, knee, neck, physical medicine and rehabilitation, shoulder, spine, sports medicine, and wrist. CIO has locations in Anderson, Elwood, Fishers, Marion, Muncie, and Portland. The Anderson, Muncie, and Fishers offices also have walk-in clinics for acute injuries less than 2 weeks old, which do not require a referral or appointment. The doctors and specialized staff of CIO proudly serve as the official team doctors for Taylor University, as well as several area high schools and universities. To make an appointment or find out other information about Central Indiana Orthopedics, they can be reached at 800-622-6575 or at ciocenter.com. Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Now time to catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Jody Martinez, before tonight's first round of the Crossroads League Tournament as TU takes on Mount Vernon Nazarene here from Paul Patterson Court inside Odell Arena. Jody, let's go back to Saturday. Nice win for you and the team over Grace to round out the regular season with 21 wins. What was the biggest reason for your team's success on Saturday?
Well, I just think we played a great game on both ends, executing-wise, and I felt like our defensive intensity first half set the tone and got us that cushion, the lead that we needed. And then offensively, I thought we took some smart shots. We had a lot of touches in terms of passing game. And I just thought a lot of unselfish play took place. And I mean, we did miss a lot of layups, which was unfortunate. But at the same time, to get a road win at Grace, who's been one of the hottest teams in the league since mid-January, it was good for momentum into the conference tournament.
Abby Books had a career-high day, 19 points and 9 rebounds, both career highs for her. She's been shooting
close to 90% in the last 3 games. She didn't take a single field goal in the game against Huntington, but in the games that she's taken field goal tries, she's hit a lot of them, including ones outside the arc. What's led to her success?
I think it's just the extra effort she puts in after practice during the day. Her and her sister Becca have been outstanding to work with, and great improvements when I saw them play in May. When I got hired here and to where they're at today has been a great journey, great success story for anyone that wants to improve and you have an opportunity to play college basketball, especially when they didn't play much their freshman year. I think it's the time they put in behind the scenes that has blessed both of them.
Another young lady that's put in a lot of work in her almost 3 years here has been Kendall Bradbury. She now sits with 695 points in a single season, most by any player in program history. What do you and the coaching staff keep doing to put her in the right spots to be successful, even though you know that teams are going to double, triple, put 4 girls on her, as we saw Wesleyan do, put 5 players on her at one point? You know, they're trying to stop her every way they can. Yeah,
I think Kendall's success is twofold. One, she puts the effort into it. She has great IQ. And 2, her teammates are passing the ball better, and they're finding her when the lane's open. What I mean by the lane is the drop step move or the lob play. So the execution of our offense has allowed Kendall to get her shots up, even though she's been the major of scouting reports and double through, the one game, the 5-team trap or the 5-player trap that she faced. The sad thing, she still tried to shoot over those 5. But one of the credit we gotta give Kendall credit too. She does a great job passing the ball, and I think a lot of Abby's success lately is because the people have been keying in on our girls down low, and Abby's been finding gaps to get open. But Kendall still passes the ball very well, and we got to keep in mind that she has a great supporting cast. Our success this year has been team oriented. Kendall's role is to score, and everybody knows it, and she does a very good job of that.
What's the excitement level for you, Natalie, your assistant coach, and the rest of the team to be able to play a first-round tournament game here at home in front of the home fans and the crowd?
Well, we set goals. A lot of teams set goals, and we wanted to win conference outright, and of course that didn't happen. We went 14-4 in this conference, which is very tough. And as you said earlier, we won 21 games with the schedule we had. So to able to host one game, and anything could happen. I mean, St. Francis goes to Indiana Wesleyan tonight. St. Francis is the only team this year to win at Wesleyan, so that could happen again. If that happens, then we're home again on Friday. And so, we got to take care of tonight against Mount Vernon, who won a great game on the road at Huntington, who's got, they got scores inside and outside. To be able to be home, Crossroads, has been awesome. I told the girls, we focus on today. We want to have momentum. We want to keep playing. If we have the blessing and opportunity to go to NAIA Nationals, you want to keep playing as long as you can because, if we get done tonight, you got 2 weeks to wait. That's just a long time. And we can't afford that.
Last thing as we catch up with Taylor head coach Jody Martinez before their matchup tonight with Mount Vernon Nazarene in the Crossroads League tournament. I think the biggest addition that MVNU gets back is their point guard Danny Ellerbrock, who's one of the top leaders in assists in the Crossroads League and in the country. How do they make them different when you saw them with her on the floor at their place in December and when they were without her a few weeks ago here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a night and day thing. I mean, Mount Vernon is not going to be the same when we beat them by 37. Their point guard was not playing. She's the heart and soul, the glue. She wants to play fast. Her teammates love playing fast. She's got 2 shooters on the side that can just light it up quickly, and then they got the post player that can trail and hit a 3 herself. So she's the key to the team, and she just brings energy. Now, I don't know if she can make up 37 points, but at the same time, they did beat us at their place by 8, even though we were leading the whole game. We just went to that stretch in that fourth quarter where we couldn't hit. They did. We lose. And so hopefully we don't have that same situation tonight. But they're going to be a different look. Our girls are excited about playing. Hopefully we can just have a lot of balance and not too much energy where we play tight.
Jody, thanks for the time and good luck tonight.
Thank you. See you afterwards.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Thank you. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Mount Vernon, Missouri. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore from Ottawa, Ohio, number 12, Kenny Ellenbach. At guard, a 5'6" senior from Mount Vernon, Ohio, number 22, Sierra Bassista. At guard, a 5'5" senior from Johnstown, Ohio, number 22, Natalie Carpenter. At forward, a 5'9" senior from Friendly, West Virginia, number 33, Sophie Canal. And at forward, a 6'2" freshman from Mount Vernon, Ohio, 34, Taylor Gregory. The Cougars are coached by Amanda Short, assisted by Nathan Short, Gregory Ernie, and Natalie Thomas. And now, fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. At guard, a 5'6" senior from New Holland, Ohio, number 10, Josie Cobb. At guard, a 5'7" junior from Columbia City, Indiana, number 14, Aubrey Wright. At forward, a 5'10" senior from Archibald, Ohio, number 15, Cassidy Wise. At forward, a 5'11" junior from Highlands Range, Colorado, number 32, Kendall Bradbury. And finally at guard, a 5'11" sophomore from Angola, Indiana, number 40, Abby Brooks. Your Trojans are coached by Jody Martinez, assisted by Natalie Young.
So the normal five for both sides here tonight. Danny Ellerbrock, Sierra Bassista, and Natalie Carpenter are the guards for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Sophie Kennard and Taylor Gregory are the forwards. They are coached by third-year head coach Amanda Short. Mount Vernon Nazarene 7-7 in true road games this year. This is their first appearance in the Crossroads League tournament since 2013. The Trojans go with their same five that they've gone with for 98% of the season. Josie Cobb, Aubrey Wright, and Abby Books are the guards. Kendall Bradbury and Cassidy Wise are the forwards. Taylor 21-9, most wins since the 2012-2013 season. And it's also the 14 Crossroads League wins, the most in program history. Taylor is 11-3 here at home. They are 9-1 on the home floor since the beginning of December. Ball tapped to our right, corralled by Aubrey Wright, and the Trojans will have the opening possession. They go from left to right and White. Free throw line pass to Bradbury, out of her reach. She gathers it back in. A handoff to Aubrey Wright. She fumbles with it, now attacks down the right side of the lane. Stop, caught on the right block. Early in the shot clock, deals out to the right wing and Cassidy Wise. Josie Cobb holding up top, going Bradbury's way, right block. She'll just bulldoze over Gregory and put it up and in off the block. Kendall Bradbury, the Crossroads League Player of the Week, for the 7th time this season, gets Taylor on the board on the opening possession. And the Trojans slide into their stingy 3-2 zone defense, which has given teams fits over the last 3 months. Ellerbrock spins it all the way to the near side corner, Bassista. They go to Kennard, right block. She'll jet one around, faking a pass, almost a travel on the right wing there for Ellerbrock. Pass in the lane, jump shot off the glass, no. Rebounded there by Kendall Bradbury. Shot missed by either Kennard or Carpenter, either 32 or 33. Taylor comes up with points on possession one. Mount Vernon Nazarene empty. Ellerbrock will guard right in the man-to-man defense. Mount Vernon Nazarene in the road blue jerseys and shorts. Taylor in the home whites. Books will skip to the far sideline. Josie Cobb. Right hand bounce, defended, got to the free throw line. Near sideline, A. Books. Right hand bounce with 7, attacks, angles, slips, and there's a foul as they'll bail out the attacking Abby Books from the right corner. That's the displeasure of Mount Vernon's bench and their head coach, Amanda Short. Foul on Sierra Bassista, her first and the team's first. So the shot clock resets to 30. A minute and 16 seconds in here, quarter number one. Cobb to right on the near side of the floor. Bradbury mid-post right. Gregory taps it away, but Bradbury gets it back. Keeps that right pivot foot planted on the parquet floor. Right side screen, she sets where Cobb gets it back. She'll put it on the deck with a left-hand drive around Gregory and just missed a left-hand layup, but Gregory almost got put on skates by the All-American Kendall Bradbury. First on Gregory, second against Mount Vernon Nazarene here in the first quarter. And Gregory comes in, one of the top rebounders in the country and one of the key cogs for MVNU as their second leading scorer. Bradbury's first free throw, perfect. Just like you'd expect from Kendall. comes in an 83% free throw shooter on the year. She tries to give Taylor a 4-0 advantage. Yep, got them both. 4-0 the lead. 90 seconds into quarter number 1. MVNU from right to left in blue. Taylor, the 18th ranked team in the country. The new poll released earlier this afternoon. They're in white. They chase Carpenter off the right side, and Wise will smack a pass out of there. And now Taylor's off to the races. Here's Wright, far sideline. Wise trails, down low to Bradbury, who's tipped, and then Gregory will scoop it up here for MVNU. Two teams trade turnovers here early going in quarter number 1. Then now Carpenter double teamed, or actually just hounded by Aubrey Wright. As then Carpenter got an earful from the baseball boys that are down on the first 2 rows down below us. 4-0 the Taylor lead, all from Kendall Bradbury. Here's a Carpenter left wing 3. That's off the back of the iron, and it's rebounded by Taylor's Aubrey Wright. Carpenter, a good 3-point shooter at 32%. Books trailing, claps for it, gets it high left side. Here's a wide open Josie Cobb, left wing 3. That's just off the right side of the rim. Josie's had her struggles, now has gone just 3 of 13 from 3 coming into the contest. Still a 4-0 Kendall Bradbury lead here over MVNU. 2.5 minutes gone in quarter number 1 of the Crossroads League tournament matchup. Eller Brock looks into the eyes of Abby Books in that 3-2 zone. They look Gregory's way. Books will tap the pass. It squirts through everybody. And Aubrey Wright says, thank you very much. I'll take that to the other end. She directs traffic with her left as she dribbles with her right. Right side screen, Bradbury. That lays Wright open for 3, but hers is long. And it's rebounded on the far side of the floor by Natalie Carpenter. Aubrey Wright has come in shooting the 3-ball spectacularly at 45% in the last 7 games, but just missed by a few inches there. 3 minutes in, still no points for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor up 4-0. All by Kendall Bradbury, a field goal and 2 free throws. Basista drives, tapped away from behind by Aubrey Wright. There's turnover number 3 for MVNU. Abby Books coming off with a career-high 19 on Saturday. Finds the trailing Cassidy Wise. Right side screen by Bradbury. Wise goes barreling into Gregory through contact, but just missed the right-hand roller. Taylor just 1 for 4 to start from the floor, but they lead 4-0. 3.5 minutes gone in the opening stanza. Fans continue to file in here to Odell Arena. Gregory trails and lays it in with the right hand as she went slicing through the Taylor zone defense. That ends an over 3.5 minute scoring drought to start the game for MVNU. And Taylor's lead trimmed down to a deuce at 4-2. They've missed their last 3 shots after Kendall Bradbury hit the first one of the afternoon. Wise to Cobb, sets the screen for her. Then back up top to Cassidy Wise, whose 3-point shot is just off the right side of the rim. But there's Kendall Bradbury just out muscling the 6'2 Gregory. It's Kendall Bradbury 6 and Mount Vernon Nazarene 2. 4 minutes in here to the opening quarter. As Bradbury has come to play tonight, she's 2 for 2 from the floor to start. No other Taylor player has made a bucket or a point. Here's Gregory in trouble. Her pass is intercepted by Cassidy Wise. And now Wright will go out for a sprint with Basista defending her. Wise trails. Wright looking for help. She'll find Wise on the near sideline. Jetting one through the hands of Cobb, and she'll gobble it back up. Top of the key, attacking Eller Brock, got to the left elbow. Whips it down low to Wise in the paint. Left-hand dribble, left-hand shot, good. A quick 4-0 burst for Taylor as Cassidy Wise, the first Trojan not named Kendall Bradbury, to give Taylor points this evening. They're up 8-2 as we get close to the halfway point of the opening stanza. Carpenter down low, Gregory. Up top, right side high to Carpenter. Basista catch and shoot, left side high 3, and that's what she does. She averages 2 3-point makes per game. She's the Mount Vernon Nazarene's best 3-point shooter. And she cans one here and draws MVNU to within 3. Just past the halfway point of quarter number 1. Bradbury got behind Gregory. There's 2 more for Kendall Bradbury on the feed from Abby Books. Kendall Bradbury with 8. Mount Vernon Nazarene with 5. And Kendall's team leads MVNU 10-5. Basista right corner 3 this time, and she's gone back-to-back. So Basista finally gets shots from her teammates. And again, MVNU back to within a single possession, this time down by 2. 10-8, 4:30 remaining here in the opening quarter. Basista can get going at any moment. Comes in, though, shooting just 29% from 3, but she's hit her first 2 tonight. Wise spins, fouled on her head by Kennard, and Wise will go to the line for 2. That's the 3rd first-quarter foul from Mount Vernon Nazarene.
33, Sophie Kennard. That's her first personal, team's 3rd.
So put Wise to the line for 2. She's a little bit slow to get back up after getting fouled on the hands and on the head. She walks to the free throw line and gets ready for her 2 free throws. Cassidy, an 82% free throw shooter on the year. Has a field goal already tonight, and that will just rim off from the left side to the right. Two subs come in here for MVNU. Carpenter and Gregory exit. Elizabeth Fee along with Rachel Perry. Perry coming off of that 19-point or 17-point performance on Saturday against Huntington. This to make it a 3-point lead. Wise rimmed out the first one. And her second one will be long off the back rim. Wright fights for it. It'll be tapped away by Rachel Perry. A rare two-shot miss for the 82% free throw shooter Cassidy Wise. Long pass from the backcourt to the front court, hauled in by Ellerbach of MVNU. She got to the mid-post left. Up top and attacking is Fee, right-hand runner, and that's a charge drawn by Cassidy Wise as Fee came storming in down the right side of the lane, and that sends MVNU coach Amanda Short on fire across from us, so angry that she had to step behind her bench across from us. Fee came storming down the right side of the lane. Wise read it, stood right there and took the charge. That's the fourth first-quarter foul against the visitors. We've got 4:06 remaining here in the opening quarter. Taylor just 4 of 8 from the floor. MVNU 3 of 5. And two of those three made field goals for MVNU have been from behind the arc. Weave up top for TU. Wise to the high left side, finds the cutting right. Baseline left. Ellerbach will guard her. Dribbled off of Wright's foot. She'll slide on the floor, still loose. Cobb tackles, and it's a jump ball, but nobody had the possession. That ball was still rolling around, and now Wise slow to get back up again, favoring that right knee.
Possession to the Cougars.
And Wise is really laboring now. She's going to have to go down near the midcourt stripe. Remember, she got banged and was a little bit gimpy on that knee after she got fouled, missed the 2 free throws, and this one trying to dive on the floor. She is really favoring that right knee as she's helped off to the far sideline. So Becca Books will have to come in for TU. First call to the bench here this evening for the Trojans. Taylor Gregory back up off the MVNU bench. She replaces whom? I believe it's Kennard or Carpenter. So the 6'2 Gregory back in. She'll hold here and dribble across the timeline. Pressure from behind, she'll angle away. They're out there with Ellerbach, Fee, Basista, and Perry. Pass almost a little off target. Ellerbach brings it back in. Down low, finds Gregory, up and over Cobb, but they'll say Cobb bumped her on the right arm. First on Josie, first against Taylor here in the quarter. As they work out that knee for Cassidy Wise across from us. Gregory to the line, just a 67% free throw shooter on the year. She needs both to tie the game, and she will get the first one as that one hit hard off the front rim, and the backspin helped it carry through. Lacey Garrett in for the first time. She replaces Taylor's Aubrey Wright. This to tie the game at 10. As MVNU currently ties it on an 8-2 run. And our game is tied at 10 as Gregory has 4 of those 10 for MVNU. Basista has the other 6. Kendall Bradbury has 8 of Taylor's 10. Cassidy Wise, who's on the bench right now, has the other 2. Cobb with a right-hand dribble, down the lane, knocked out of her hand. She got it back, up top to Abby Books, attacks and draws 3 defenders. This is Becca Books in the right corner, trying to spin away from Gregory. She'll thread it right through to Abby Books, who was tackled as she went from the right side and just missed a right-handed layup, but a pretty pocket pass from Books to Books. That's the first on Ellerbach, the point guard for Mount Vernon Nazarene. So put Abby Books to the line for 2, who is a deadly free throw shooter. Our game even at 10. And A. Books trying to put Taylor back in front. First one does just that. Lauren James, Jamie Netzley will come in. Cobb will exit. So Jamie Netzley will come in if A. Books can hit the second freebie. Let's put Taylor back in front by a deuce. Wise is back on the Trojan bench after getting her knee looked at. Second free throw from Abby Books, swishes it right through. And Taylor back in front, 12-10. So Jamie Netzley enters for the first time. Her cheering section is here. They are loud and they are proud. Taylor back in front by 2 as we approach 3 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1. Pressure defense from the Trojans. They'll slide back into the 3-2 zone here in the half court. Ellerbach, Gregory, back to Ellerbach, right side high. Basista 2 for 2 from 3 already, and that was her first miss, and it's hauled in. Just leaning away from it and hanging it in was Lacey Garrett. All the way up the floor to B. Books, far sideline Lauren James. They'll spin it to the near side arc and Netzley. Looking Bradbury's way, pass was too high. It's an easy interception for Elizabeth Fee. Third first quarter turnover for Taylor, then a missed pass by MVNU, tapped out, but they'll say that Rachel Perry stepped on the baseline and Taylor will get the ball back. Natalie Carpenter returns for the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. They replace Basista, who has 6 of their first 10 points. Carpenter, their leading scorer, coming in at 16 points tonight, but she's averaged just 6 points per game in the last 2 outings. Garrett got to the top of the key, high right side. This is Lauren James. Guarded by Elizabeth Fee. Goes in and they get Fee for the reach-in foul on the James dribble drive. Taylor already in the penalty, so Lauren James will go to the line for 2. These will be the 7th and 8th free throws for Taylor here in this first quarter. They've made 4 of the first 6. James 7 of 8 from the line in her freshman campaign. The first one, that one off target right. Rare misses here early on for the Taylor women's basketball team from the line. They come in as the best free throw shooting team in the country at 81%. Elizabeth Fee checks out for MVNU. We'll get the number of the sub in a moment. James slices the second one. Her first point, and Taylor has a 3-point cushion. 13-10 the Taylor lead. MVNU's gone 2 minutes without a bucket. It's Cassidy Kane who's come in for MVNU, the junior out of Ohio. 3-2 zone, Gregory in the paint. Cut off by Bradbury. They'll spin it up top to Ellerbrock. Far sideline Carpenter faking a pass with 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Here's Gregory jumping away, and that's a travel on the far side, making a 3-second violation, against Taylor Gregory as she camped out in the middle of that Taylor 3-2 zone. 2:05 remaining here in the opening quarter. Taylor's last 3 points have all come from the free throw line. They've gone almost 3 minutes without a field goal. The last one came from Kendall Bradbury. She's out there with James, Netsley, and Becca Books. So Bradbury, the only starter out there for TU. Up top, Netsley spinning to Garrett. Right side wing, James, contested 3-ball. Straight on and straight through! Right over Cassidy Kane! Lauren James has played fantastic in the last 2 months, and that continues here as she buries Taylor's first 3-point try. It's a 4-0 James run, and Taylor leads by 6, matching their largest lead of the night. 90 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Ellerbrock mid-post left, pivoting away from Netsley. Up top is Carpenter. She's double-teamed, trying to find trouble. Pivoting is Kane. Far sideline, Ellerbrock will heave up a 3, and that one rainbows in front of the Taylor bench. Ellerbrock, just a 25% three-point shooter, but gets that one to drop here. MVNU 3 of 5 from behind the arc. They're not an excellent three-point shooting team. They come in as the second worst three-point shooting team in the land. Bradbury's 3 off the back of the rim, too strong. And with a 3-point bucket here, but then James will dive on the floor, but Kane will rip it away from her. 3-point Taylor lead. Ellerbrock near sideline, fakes a pass, and Taylor slides back into the 3-2 zone. Kane almost got away with the travel. The Taylor fans are crossing from us, screen forward and motioning. Ellerbrock looking Gregory's way. Double team comes. Ellerbrock wants her second 3 in a row. That one's a line drive and off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Lauren James of Taylor. 38 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Taylor leading by 3. Garrett looking Bradbury's way. B-Books calls for it. Netsley contested 3. Right side is good. And Netsley bangs in a 3. First James and now Netsley. And Taylor back in front by 6. 19-13. Shot clock turned off in quarter 1. Dribble pull up from 8. Floater, nope. Rebounded by Bradbury as Perry rushed it. 15 seconds left in the opening quarter. James near side, transition, 3-ball. Tried to bank it in. Netsley will tap it, and Ellerbrock will scoop it up. With 7, here comes Ellerbrock. MVNU down by 6. Ball almost stolen by James. Double team. They throw out a prayer to Carpenter from 3. Back of the rim, no. It's rebounded, and no shot will come off. And that will be how the first quarter will come to a close. MVNU shot 3 of 6 from 3-point distance, but the Trojans knocked down 2 threes of their own and made 5 free throws in that opening quarter as the Trojans lead by 6 after 1 quarter of play. Here from Odell Arena, this is the Crossroads League quarterfinal round here on the Trojans Sports Network.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Back inside Odell Arena, Taylor shot 6 of 12 from the floor. They were 4 of 5 from inside the arc, went 2 of 7 from outside of it. They went to the line 8 times, made 5 of them. MVNU went 4 of 10 from the floor. They made 3 of their 7 threes, and they went 2 of 2 from the line as one of our men's soccer players goes out there and cleans up some of the perspiration here on the parquet floor to our left. It's an unseasonably warm day here in Upland, Indiana this afternoon. 72 degrees on February 20th. That's crazy. The big story, though, Taylor turned it over 3 times in the first quarter, led to 6 Mount Vernon Nazarene points. MVNU turned it over 7 times in that first quarter. Taylor only able to score 2 points off of those miscues. Kendall Bradbury with 8 points and 3 rebounds in the first quarter. Wise with 2, Netzley with 3, James with 4, and Abby Books with 2. Sierra Basista with 6 points for MVNU, Taylor Gregory with 4, and Ellerbrock with 3. That's their only scoring as they go down, and Kendall Bradbury helping out wipe up that perspiration from the floor to our left. No one slid on it there in the first half, which is good. Safety first, as always. And MVNU will start. Carpenter, Ellerbrock, who's being hounded by Aubrey Wright. Kennard also out there with Basista and Perry. So Perry, the only non-starter out there for MVNU. She takes Gregory's place. Ellerbrock dribble pull-up from the free throw line, hit the front rim and bounced off. And there's Kendall Bradbury for her 4th rebound of the afternoon, or of the evening. She's out there with Wright, Cobb, Wise, and Netzley. So Netzley, the only non-starter out there for TU. And then Aubrey Wright rainbows home a deep 3. Make it Kendall Bradbury, excuse me, I apologize, I was looking down. And Kendall Bradbury in double figures with 11. Shot on the other end missed. Bradbury rebound number 5. That one was missed by Carpenter of MVNU. 22-13 the Taylor lead, the 9-point cushion, their largest here of the night. Taylor from left to right and wide as we open play, quarter number 2. Netzley has a 3 to her name already. Here's Wise up top looking Bradbury's way. Here's Wright in the corner, denied a 3 on the closeout from Ellerbrock. Netzley drives to the left hand, left corner long to Kendall Bradbury. Nope, tapped around. Here's Netzley, will scoop in and gather it in. Wise driving left side, 2 to shoot. Wise got there, and she didn't see how much time was left on the shot clock, but there's another bailout foul from MVNU as Wise was shuffling underneath the bucket. So that is a foul on Mount Vernon Nazarene. That's Rachel Perry. And all they had to do was just play straight-up defense because Wise had no idea how much time was left on the shot clock. Some of the men's basketball players down to our left were screaming for them to get the shot off, but they couldn't hear it. Taylor Gregory back in for MVNU. Cobb will get it in baseline left. Wise high left side. Gregory defends. Off-ball foul called as Kennard tried to defend Bradbury in the paint. Second on Kennard as she shakes her head in disagreement. And the second one here against MVNU in quarter 2. 1 minute and 12 seconds have been played here in the second stanza. MVNU already with 2 fouls. Taylor has the only points of our second quarter. A Bradbury 3-point try. Far sideline right. Kennard trying to defend Wise. She'll just right hand her way right in and just bulldoze in for a right hand hook. Second field goal for Wise. She's got 4, and Taylor starts our second quarter on a 5-0 burst. They're up 24-13. Screen and roll Gregory. Left hand hook over Wise is good. Gregory with 6 points, her first scoring of the second quarter. And that trims the Taylor lead back down to 9. Just over 90 seconds gone here in quarter 2. Wright looking for help, but she'll float it over the defense, over to Cobb. Carpenter defending Cobb, high left side Bradbury. 2 screens there for Kendall. Top of the key, Gregory guards her. Far outside the arc, Cobb turning on the Jets down the lane. Jump stop, right hand hook off the glass is good. A pretty hook from Josie Cobb for her first points. Taylor back in front by 11, 26-15. Just over 2 minutes have expired here in quarter numero 2. Kennard to the near sideline and Basista. Ellerbrock around a screen, Carpenter. Step through move around Bradbury, and she'll throw it in off the glass with the left hand. First points for Natalie Carpenter after missing her first 2 shots, all from 3-point distance. And again, the Trojan lead down to 9. Cobb, near sideline right. Ellerbrock will defend her. Fakes a 3 and drives. Jump stop, try to go through. The good defense there by Ellerbrock, and the air ball's hauled in by Netzley. She'll throw it down to the cutting Wise, who lays it with a right hand, and the lefty Netzley threw a dime, and that's going to force a Mount Vernon Nazarene 30-second timeout. And Taylor up by 11 once again after the assist from Netzley and the bucket from Wise. Oh, didn't know we could do replay, huh? Look at that, kids. Replay. Bang. Almost 3 minutes into the second quarter, faking a three from the left corner is Kane. Mid-post left Gregory. Double team by Wise, out to Kane. And now MVNU will spin it against the Taylor man-to-man. 13 to shoot for MVNU. Basista denied a three. Kane fakes with 8. Dribbled by against Wise, looking for the baseline, finds the cutter. Carpenter, off-balance shot will dance off the rim. And it's hauled in by Kendall Bradbury for her 6th rebound of the opening half. She's to go with her 11 first half points. Left hand bounce, Gregory defends, gives her space. Kendall Bradbury says thank you very much, and I'll finger roll it home from the left side glass. Mom watching across from us along with her brother. And Taylor up by a game-high 13, 30-17. 6:35 and counting here in half one. Ellerbrock goes right around Cobb, her left-hand shot off target, and there's another rebound for Bradbury. That's number 7. Kendall Bradbury trying to mess around and get her 15th double-double of the season here in the opening half. It'd be, if she can get to it, it'd be the 33rd of her illustrious career. Near sideline to Cobb. Almost 4 minutes in here to the opening stanza. Bradbury faking a deep three. Gregory defense. Step back three ball this time from Kendall. It's off the back of the iron. Kendall just 1 for 3 from behind the arc. 4 minutes into the opening half, excuse me. MVNU from right to left in blue. Taylor in the 2-3 zone this time. Basista around a screen inside the arc. Back to Kane, lost the ball off her hands and between her legs. And Taylor will get the ball back as Trojan men's basketball point guard Tim Fleming scampers onto the loose ball and hands it back to our official. Cassidy Wise checks out, still favoring that right knee a little bit. And Haley Stratman will come in to spell her. So it's Bradbury right, Cobb, Netzley, and Stratman, the 5 out there for TU. As Mount Vernon Nazarene will go to the 1-3-1 matchup zone. Kane, the point person up top. Ellerbrock will be the one manning the baseline down low. Right from the top of the key, left-hand bounce. Outside the Netzley, into the far sideline and Stratman. Netzley high left side, skipping near side of the floor and Cobb. Back to the far sideline, Stratman. She'll leap into the air and haul in the pass. 9 to shoot, Netzley attacks. Far sideline, Stratman. Bradbury defended by the shorter Kane. One-hand whip, Netzley with 3, with 2. Here's right, off-balance jump shot before the buzzer's off the right side of the rim. And it's hauled in by Danny Ellerbrock of MVNU. Outrunning Carpenter, she's bumped on the attack by Aubrey Wright. First on Aubrey Wright, first against Taylor here in quarter 2. We also say hello to Mr. Bradbury watching back in Colorado. Good evening. 5:18 remaining first half. After collecting those first 2 fouls by MVNU in the less than first 2 minutes, they have yet to foul here. Gregory fires a 3 over Bradbury and hits that one from the right side circle. Gregory with 5. She's the first MVNU player in double figures. She has 9, I apologize. Gregory, an efficient 3-point shooter at 36%. That trims the Taylor lead down to 10 at 30-20. Netzley off a Bradbury screen. She'll hesitate and drive, pulls up, left-hand floater, rolls in, Netzley. She hit the brakes and then stepped on the gas and puts it in with the left hand. So 5 for Jamie Netzley. 4:45 left. Kane from the free throw line, too strong. Rebound number 8 for Kendall Bradbury of Taylor. Trojans with a 12-point advantage, 1 off of their game high. Bradbury trailing, gets the pass from right. Gregory guards her. Bradbury yet to use the bounce, now does right hand. Hesitating and flips it outside the arc to Stratman. Right side screen by Kendall. Stratman takes, gives it back to Bradbury. Deep 3 over Gregory. Kaboom! From the high right side. Second 3 for Kendall Bradbury. 8 in the first quarter, 8 in the second quarter. That gives you 16 points and gives Taylor a 15-point lead. Carpenter weaving, she'll flip it outside. Basista denied a three by Wright and Netzley. She'll whip it up top to Ellerbrock. Down the left side lane, Kane, a three over Stratman is good. And Kane just now 4 of 19 from distance. Came in just 17% from behind the arc, just 25% in her career. But that one looked real pretty going through the cylinder. That stops the Taylor barrage and brings MVNU back to within 12. Cobb around a Bradbury screen. Back to her near sideline. Bradbury holds into the corner. Cobb all day to shoot off the front of the rim. There's Netzley muscling in, but she can't haul in the miss. Here comes MVNU the other way. Basista angling. Step back right side high. Three. Rolls that one in. She's 3 of 4 from behind the arc. She's got 9 points, all from three-point range. And MVNU with back-to-back triples have brought themselves to within 9. 35-26 the margin. 3:15 to go here in quarter 2. Cobb right side high looking for her first three. That one off the high glass and nothing else. A good contest there by Basista. Pass too far for everybody. It's fumbled out of bounds and thrown off the far wall by Natalie Carpenter. 9th turnover of the first half for MVNU. Taylor with just 3, but the difference is as Taylor goes to almost a wholesale change. The difference is the Trojans have been outscored by 4 off the turnover, 6-2, even though Mount Vernon Nazarene has given it away 5 more times. Garrett, Abby Books, LJ, Lauren James out for the first time. Stratman and Bradbury stay out there for TU. 1-3-1 matchup zone here for the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. Perry has returned for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Garrett drives, she'll find an open. Abby Books in the corner has been hot, and that one continues as she bangs home a left side three. She's now 10 for her last 12 from three-point range. And Abby Books' first field goal gives her 5, and Taylor back in front by 12. Ellerbrock, turnaround shot. That one thrown off the glass, almost broke it, and it comes up off the ground as the rebound for Kendall Bradbury. Her 9th to go with a game-high 16. She trails, she'll fake, she'll drive, she'll float, she'll miss off the back iron, and there's a rebound for Rachel Perry, her first for MVNU. Perry listed at just 5'9", but looks to be pushing at least 6 feet. Ellerbrock, left side high, Kane, near sideline to Carpenter. Taylor in the man-to-man. Perry, not a three-point shooter, will deal it off to Basista, who is. Top of the key, Ellerbrock. James will chase around a screen. Off-target pass, intercepted far side by Lacey Garrett. She'll go up. She'll be bumped by Carpenter. That's her first, and the third one against MVNU here in our second quarter. Haley Stratman out. B-Books in for Taylor. Remember, Wise had that right knee banged up that she's had the brace on for most of the year. So they've been limiting her minutes, even though she has 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Bradbury with a game-high 16. And Taylor up 38-26, just less than 2 minutes remaining here in our first half. Abby Books left side high, and they get Lauren James for the moving screen as she tried to get Lacey Garrett from between the circles. James was not happy about it as she pleaded her case to our near side official. First one against Lauren, second one against Taylor here in this opening half. MVNU from right to left in blue. Taylor defends man-to-man in white. Ella Brock running the show. She'll give off to Kane, then far sideline. This is Carpenter. Right elbow just outside of it. Rainbows in a jumper for Basista, Her first 2-point field goal, that gives her 11. And she's the first MVNU player in double digits. And the Taylor lead trimmed down to 10. 38-28. As MVNU shooting 46% from the floor. Taylor at 52. High middle screen, Bradbury gets it back from Lacey Garrett, left side high three. That one was long. It's tapped around and Lauren James gets it. And then they call a holding foul, and that's terrible. Both Books and James had their hands down. They get Lauren James for it. And that draws ire and complaints from everybody on our side of the gym that all saw that play clearly. It looked like one of the Mount Vernon Nazarene players used her teammate to elevate herself into the air. And James had already turned her sights set to go for the rebound. Unless she had pushed off to get that open space. But from our vantage point, it looked like the MVNU players had used themselves to vault themselves into the air. 65 seconds left before halftime. Taylor in the zone. Basista, 18-foot jumper, clean again as she comes off an off-ball screen. 4 in a row for Basista. She's got 13 points. And for the first time in a long, long while, Taylor's lead is trimmed down to single figures. 38-30. 48 seconds and counting here in the first half. Abby Books, drop of the key. Over to B Books, right side high. Left-hand dribble down the left side lane. Try to throw one in off the back side of Rachel Perry and intercepted by MVNU. Fifth turnover for the Trojans. Up the floor to Perry. Turnaround hook shot over Bradbury off the back of the rim. Too strong. Tapped away by Perry as Bradbury couldn't get in, and then Perry throws it out of bounds. But they'll say that it was Lacey Garrett who got her left hand on it. Bradbury looked to be home free for her 10th first half rebound. Instead, it stays here with MVNU. 28 seconds on the game clock, 28 seconds on the shot clock. And so Mount Vernon Nazarene can hold for the final shot. They had that opportunity in the first quarter, and then I believe it was Perry who took a real quick transition jump shot, and this time Ellerbrock will slow this thing all the way down as the two clocks almost identical. Taylor will go into the halftime break leading. The question is, will it be 10? Will it be 8? Will it be 7? Ellerbrock attacks with 8. Kane from up top, inside the arc. Perry, 8-foot jumper, rainbows off the glass. No with 3. Rebounded by Abby Brooks with 2, with 1. Three-quarter court heave before the buzzer will fall short. So Taylor goes into the halftime break leading by 8, 38-30. This is Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. We'll come back with the BSN Sports halftime report right after this break. This is Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
There's the Kendall Bradbury 3 from that second quarter. And this is the Abby Brooks 3-point try from the left corner as well. Instant replay, folks. Welcome to 1980 in high definition. So we bring it back here live to the Paul Patterson Court here inside Odell Arena. We hope you enjoyed the instant replays here tonight. Hope to bring you those throughout the rest of the contest and throughout the rest of our coverage this year as well. Taylor led 19-13 at the end of the opening quarter. MVNU trails by 2, and the second quarter they were outscored 19-17. Taylor has an 8-point lead here at the half. MVNU has not led. We've been tied once, and the Trojans had a 15-point lead at one point, which MVNU did a good job of cutting into. Taylor shot 48% from the floor in that opening half. They were just 5 of 15 from behind the arc, and they were 5 of 8 from the line. Mount Vernon Nazarene 11 of 25 from the floor for 44%. They were 6 of 11 from behind the arc for 54.5%, much higher than their 31% average. They come in as the second worst 3-point shooting team in the Crossroads League. And they also were 2 of 2 from the line, both of those coming in the opening quarter. Taylor had one player in double figures. Guess who? Kendall Bradbury with 16 points on 6 of 11 shooting. She's 2 of 5 from behind the arc and 2 of 2 from 3. Cassidy Wise has 6. Abby Brooks and Jamie Netzley each with 5. Lauren James with 4, Josie Cobb with 2. Aubrey Wright, Haley Stratman, Lacey Garrett, and Becca Brooks all played in that first half, but did not score. For MVNU, they're led by Sierra Basista, their third leading scorer on the year. She had 13 points in the first half on the back of 3 made 3-point baskets. Taylor Gregory, their second leading scorer, had 9. Their leading scorer, Natalie Carpenter, had just 2 in that first half. Danny Ellerbrock with 3. Cassidy Kane had 3 as well. Sophie Kennard, Rachel Perry, and Elizabeth Fee all played, but did not score in our opening half. Rebounds even, 15 apiece. Taylor has the edge on the offensive glass, 3-2, and they have scored 2 points off of each of those 3 offensive boards. They lead the second chance category, 6-0. Fast break points in favor of Taylor, 5-3. Points in the paint, Taylor's favor as well, 18-6. And the Taylor bench has outscored the MVNU bench, 9-3. Now the interesting stat, though, is here in this opening half. Oh, excuse me, I have my numbers wrong in the first half. I apologize. MVNU turned it over 10 times in half number 1, led to 9 Taylor points. The Trojans turned it over 5 times and led to 4 MVNU points. Taylor assisted on 9 of their 14 first half field goals. MVNU assisted on 8 of their 11, with their leader in that category, Ellerbrock, having 4. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have a look around the Crossroads League tournament if we can get our stats computer to work. This is Taylor Women's Basketball, and this is the BSN Sports Halftime Report here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Some more first half highlights here. This is Cassidy Wise. Remember, she had 6 in the first half on 3 of 5 shooting. This nice bulldoze move there from the left corner for a right-hand hook shot. Remember, she had 6 in that opening half on 3 of 5 shooting. This is the Josie Cobb drive. Josie had just 2 points. This were the only ones, but a pretty little bucket here as Cobb goes in, flings it up off the glass with a right hand, and she had that ball near her hip. 1 of 4 shooting for Josie there in the first half. And there's a drive down the lane off the pocket pass from Netzley to Wise for a right-hand finish. A couple of scores to bring to you. Grayson Huntington, that's the 4-5 matchup at the Crossroads League tournament. They're dead even at 27. And the one that we have all of our eyes on is across the county and Marion, Indiana. Indiana Wesleyan, the 15th ranked team in the land, taking on St. Francis. Now, the problem is their live stats say they have 14 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and that's like old school settings. But The important stuff is that St. Francis leads Indiana Wesleyan by 1, 27-26. If that score would hold and Taylor would win, the Trojans would host St. Francis here on Friday night. If they would win and Indiana Wesleyan wins, they head across the county to take on the Wildcats. So that's our look from around the Crossroads League tournament. Marion playing Spring Arbor. That is the only other game going on tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's time for the second half from here inside Odell Arena. At the break, it's number 18 Taylor leading Mount Vernon Nazarene 38-30. This is Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No.
But when a fan orders Pizza Hut for the game, they know exactly what they're getting.
Oh, nice.
Pizza, wings, as well as sides and desserts are all available at pizzahut.com or at their location in Gas City. No one out-pizzas the Hut. The Taylor University Athletic Department would like to thank BZW Master Painters, Central Indiana Orthopedics, Pizza Hut of Gas City, and the Players Club at Woodland Trails for being women's basketball season sponsors for the 2017-2018 basketball season.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
It will be Taylor basketball to start the second half.
Yep, same 5 for both sides that started the game. We'll start the second half. Ellerbrock, Basista, Carpenter, Kennard, and Gregory for MVNU. Cobb, Wright, Wise, Bradbury, and Abby Books for the Trojans. Wise, look to run the screen and roll with Bradbury, gives up top to Cobb. Shimmies her way down the left side of the lane and goes up top to Wise. Far sideline, Aubrey Wright. MVNU will start in the man-to-man zone. Driving in is Books, her shot blocked out of bounds. First block of the night from either side. Wright tried to lob it into Bradbury, the post was being fronted by the 6'2" Taylor Gregory. The ball went over Bradbury's head, and Books came in from the left corner and almost scooped up and went in with it. Bradbury at the top goes right around Gregory, left-hand scoop off the rim, and a good challenge there from 2 defenders from MVNU. Carpenter picks it up, leading Basista into the corner. This will be Kennard. Gregory trailing, 1 dribble, outside, 3-point shot from the corner. Nope, tips off of Bradbury's hands and right back into Kennard's mitts. Second time in a row, Bradbury's had an opportunity for her 10th rebound of the night. They've slipped through her fingers both times. Carpenter, make that Kennard, spins around Bradbury and hooks it in off the glass. First points of the night for Sophie Kennard. She missed her first 3 shots from the field and puts MVNU on the board here in the start this third quarter off. They're to within 6, the closest they've been in a long while. Taylor from right to left and White. Cobb high right side. Here's Wise all day to shoot, but it grazes off the bottom of the net, tapped out of bounds, and it stays here with Taylor. Wise 0 for 2 from 3-point distance. Tonight came in shooting 35%, the best mark of her career. Cobb will get it in baseline left with 13 to shoot. Looking Wise his way and gives it to her high left side. 12 to shoot with Abby Books, high right side. Left-hand dribble with 10. Spins back. Up and under move from Abby Books as an air ball with 6. Goes off of her fingertips and back to Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez screaming for a foul across from us, thinking that Books got hit on the arm on the up and under attempt. A minute 15 in here to this third quarter. MVNU with our only points. They're to within 6. Carpenter stops. Inside the right corner. She'll find the cutting Kennard. Right-hand shot is in off the glass. Kennard with the first 4 points of the game for her and the first 4 points of the quarter for Mount Vernon Nazarene. And they're to within 4, 38-34. Trojans have gone a long time without a field goal. There's an Abby Books 3 with 2:47 remaining in the second quarter. We're almost 2 minutes into quarter 3 here. Right jump stops, top of the key, Cobb fakes, and they call her for the travel far side of the floor. So not a good start for TU. They're 0 for 4 from the floor with a turnover on their first 3 possessions. MVNU has not led. They've tied the game once. That came at 10 apiece. And then Taylor closed that first quarter on a 9-3 spurt. 3-2 zone for the Trojans. Ellerbrock will float to the corner. Carpenter chased off by Wise. Now she'll re-attack with the right hand. Lost the ball, gets it back. And she's bumped on the drive in the paint by Taylor's Cassidy Wise. First on Cassidy, first against Taylor here in the third quarter. Is MVNU 2 for 3 to start from the field here in the third stanza. Ellerbrock left side high, gives it back to Carpenter, far side of the floor. Wants to take right off the bounce, stops, spins, and Taylor looks for a travel that they won't get. Basista to the corner to Kennard, who has all 4 third quarter points right now for MVNU. One hand wrap to Gregory, up and under move, left hand hook, spins out of the glass, and the rim, and there's Kendall Bradbury's 10th rebound of the night. Taylor needs a bucket in the worst way possible. Their lead trimmed down to 4. They led by 8 at the break. They have yet to score here in this third stanza. Far sideline Wise, bullets one left side high to Books. Into the corner right, all day to shoot, and all day to make it. Aubrey Wright's first 3-point basket of the night goes. Her first points of the evening, and a big one there for TU. They're back in front by 7, 41-34. Gregory mid-post right, spins over the arm. Glass shot too strong. There's Kennard, whose left-hand shot was wild. It's tapped out of her hands and rebounded by Cobb after the tip from Wise. Then Cobb finds Bradbury, who bangs into Ellerbrock and will just miss the left-handed layup, but she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Second on the point guard, Ellerbrock for MVNU. First one against MVNU here in our third frame. So Bradbury to the line for 2. She's 2 of 2 from the stripe here tonight. The first one. Yep. First third quarter scoring for 32 and White. And this to give Taylor a 9-point cushion. Front rim and gets that home court roll. 4 for 4 from the line for Kendall. She's got 18 points. After the lead trimmed down to 4, the Trojans have come back. They're on a 5-0 jaunt. They're up by 9. And then losing the ball out of bounds near side of the floor is MVNU and their 3-point sharpshooter, Basista. Turnover number 11 by the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. The previous 10 have led to Taylor points. That's the first miscue here of the second half for the visitors from Ohio. 1-3-1 zone. Abby Books wants to break it with a 3. It's off the near side of the rim. Went up off the glass. It was mistimed on the jump by Kendall Bradbury down low. Here comes MVNU the other way. Ellerbrock trailing. Pass too high. Deflected. Intercepted by Taylor's Josie Cobb. She'll dribble up the right side of the floor. Flipping out to Abby Books. Chased off the arc by Taylor Gregory. She'll put on the deck. Does Books spinning back and picks up the bounce. Inside the arc to Aubrey Wright. 18 to shoot. Here's Books over Gregory. 3. Kaboom for Abby Books. Books 2 of 4 from distance. And Books with 8 points. And Taylor up 46-34. 8-0 run for TU. Gregory double teamed. Ellerbrock wants a 3 from the top. Short. Goes off of Books' hands and right back to Ellerbrock. She's 1 for 3 from behind the arc, and then Basista, who's the 3-point specialist, cans one from the right side circle. 16 for Basista. 4 of 5 is Basista from behind the arc. She's made her last 2 in a row. And that stops the 8-0 Taylor barrage and draws MVNU back to within 9. Bradbury's got other thoughts, but her 3-point shot was missed. Then Books will take it out of Ellerbrock's hands into Wise. Flip to an 8-foot jumper from Cobb. Bang! And a timeout taken by the Trojans. Excellent hustle from Abby Books to get the offensive board and find it over to Wise, who dealt it over to Josie Cobb. 4 for Josie, and Taylor leads by 11 points. Once again, 48-37. It's a full timeout, so we will take it with them. This is Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Founded in 1950, Central Indiana Orthopedics began its tradition of offering compassionate expert treatment for patients with bone, joint, and muscle injuries and conditions. CIO doctors and staff continue that tradition today and provide specialized care in the following areas: ankle, back, elbow, foot, hand, hip, joint replacement and revision, knee, neck, physical medicine and rehabilitation, shoulder, spine, sports medicine, and wrist. CIO has locations in Anderson, Elwood, Fishers, Marion, Muncie, and Portland. The Anderson, Muncie, and Fishers offices also have walk-in clinics for acute injuries less than 2 weeks old, which do not require a referral or appointment. The doctors and specialized staff of CIO proudly serve as the official team doctors for Taylor University, as well as several area high schools and universities. To make an appointment or find out other information about Central Indiana Orthopedics, they can be reached at 800-622-6575 or at CIO.
Here's a look at that replay. Books with the steal over to Wise, and she'll flip it over for the 8-foot jumper from Josie Cobb to give Taylor an 11-point cushion. 5 on the floor remain the same for TU. The 5 on the floor will change for Mount Vernon Nazarene as Elizabeth Fee comes in for the first time. She replaces Taylor Gregory. Kennard will split the double team from Taylor, flip it over to Basista, wants her 5th 3 of the night and gets that one just over the left side of the rim. Basista has made 3 3-point shots in a row. She's 5 of 6 from distance. Wise wants to answer with a 3. She'll fake up top to Cobb, over to Books. Open to pull the trigger, and that one just hit off the right side rim. Basista with 16 points for MVNU. Pass was tapped, and Kennard will haul it in for the visitors. Driving up top is Fee, ripped out of her hands by Cobb, and then she will go on to the races momentarily and stops. She's being handled from behind, and there's no foul call. The Taylor fans irate. Abby Books drives, she'll foot it to the corner and right. She'll dribble, pull up, elbow, jump shot, nope. Here's Cobb down low to Books. Give me the and one, and claps those hands. Abby Books in double figures with 10, and that brings the fans out of the seats. That's the 3rd on Elizabeth Fee, the 2nd one against MVNU here in the 3rd quarter. Timeout on the floor momentarily, so Fee will exit with just her 2nd personal, just 2. Cassidy Wise exits for Taylor. Becca Books comes in for the first time. 4:43 remaining in the 3rd. Taylor up by 10. Books trying to find her 11th point. Front rim, gets that roll on the free throw. 6 here in the 3rd quarter for Abby Books. She's got 11 points on the night. And Taylor back in front again by 11. 3rd time in the last 4 games that Abby Books has scored at least 10 points. She'll chase Basista off the line. They'll work one into the left corner. This is stepped in by Abby Books, and she'll bring it up the far side. It was Becca Books who caused the initial miscue. Right, dribbling in. Here's Bradbury trailing. Fakes a three as she'll be closed out upon by Perry. Cobb hesitating, crossing over left hand. Will bounce to the left corner, and Aubrey Wright doesn't pull the trigger with 4:13 remaining in quarter three, and Taylor up by 11. Taylor attacking the basket to our left. Dribble drive from right. Trying to go up and under. Step through. Left-hand shot will just roll off the rim. And Basista has it. And they get Aubrey Wright for the reach-in down low. That's the second on Taylor's Aubrey Wright. Second one against TU here in the third frame. Taylor Gregory back in for MVNU. She replaces Sophie Kennard, who had the first 4 points of this third stanza for the visitors. 4 minutes and counting remaining here in the third stanza. Taylor with an 11-point lead. MVNU scored the first 4 of this third quarter to trim their deficit to 4, and Taylor's had every answer since. Ellerbrock, right side circle. Taylor in the 3-2 zone. Left corner to Cassidy Kane, measuring a 3. That one's off the back iron, and Josie Cobb will rip that one down in traffic. Kane now 1 for 2 from behind the arc. Cobb will run, hesitates, and gives over to Abby Books. Wants her third 3 of the night. That one was straight on, but it's a little bit long. Josie Cobb gets the rebound, throws it off of Books' foot. Pass was tapped, jump ball. We'll go back to MVNU. So the alternating possession on the held ball sends it back to the visitors. Natalie Carpenter back in for MVNU. She will spell Cassidy Kane. MVNU has not scored in almost 3 minutes, or 2 minutes from the floor, excuse me. The last one, the 3-point try from Basista. 3:30 remaining in the third. Alternating possession sends it to the visitors. They're clad in blue. Blue numbers, blue letters as well, trimmed in white. Taylor in the home white jerseys and shorts. Gold numbers, purple letters. Ellerbrock, near side of the floor, Gregory as Taylor applies pressure in the backcourt. Ball's free, and Aubrey Wright will scoop it up. She only sees blue shirts in front. Right corner trying to find an outlet. That's the trailing Becca Books. The pass was too far away, and it's going to go back to MVNU. Crafty steal there from Aubrey Wright for the 15th turnover of the evening for MVNU. Carpenter, dribbling in traffic, backs it out. 16 turnovers for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Taylor with 9. Pass, Gregory hauls it in, down low to Fee. Bumped from behind by Becca Books, or Montperry, excuse me, as Books came in with the foot and didn't allow Perry to land on the baseline right. First on Becca, third against Taylor here in quarter three. A non-shooting foul, and so Carpenter will get it in baseline right, calls out the inbounds play by banging her fists together. Looking, heaving it up top. Cobb almost stole it. It goes off of Ellerbrock's hands into the backcourt. Cobb got her hands on it first as she tried to say Ellerbrock touched it clean. Ellerbrock floating to the corner. That one almost took Abby Books' head off as she tried to find the cutting Basista in the far side corner. That's turnover number 16 for MVNU. As Becca Books exits, Cassidy Wise back in. It's Wise, A. Books, Bradbury, Wright, and Cobb, the 5 starters for TU. Ellerbrock, Basista, Gregory, Carpenter, 4 of the 5 starters out there for Mount Vernon Nazarene. Rachel Perry, the only non-starter. Cobb, left side circle, puts it on the deck with a right hand. Looking Bradbury's way back to the left side high, and Abby Books near sideline Wise. Almost 10 to shoot. We hit that mark right now. Top of the key, Aubrey Wright wants her second 3. That one's long. Right back into Bradbury, who throws it up with the left hand and gets the foul. Bradbury there for the miss. She's got 20. And that's the second foul on Rachel Perry. They list Rachel Perry at 5'9", and she is a good, about an inch or so taller than Kendall Bradbury, who's 5'11". Kendall to complete the and one. Nope, missed that one as it rimmed off the back iron. 13-point advantage for the Trojans, 2 off of their game high. They're at 53-40 with 2:23 remaining here in the third quarter. MVNU has gone scoreless over the last 3 minutes plus. Ellerbrock up top. Books gives her plenty of space. Ball knocked free and intercepted by Cassidy Wise. Far sideline to Aubrey Wright has got Kendall Bradbury in front. Front, she'll find the trailing Cobb. Top of the key, Wise. No-look dish, far side to Wright. Will fake a 3 and go right block Bradbury. She'll shuffle around, left-hand hook, catches the rim and drops in. 22 points for the All-American Kendall Bradbury. And Taylor ties their game-high lead of 15 at 55-40. We dip below 2 minutes remaining in the third. Ellerbrock got to the free throw line against the Taylor zone. Carpenter thought about a long 2 from straight on, denied by Abby Books. Ellerbrock floating near side to Gregory. Fakes and drives, knocked out of her hands. That's a third straight turnover for MVNU. Wise will run the break near sideline to Abby Books. 93 seconds left. She'll find the cutting Bradbury. She'll just go right around the defender. Her left-hand reverse layup denied, but it's Rachel Perry's third foul as she looks for an explanation from our official underneath the bucket. Third on Perry, fourth against Mount Vernon Nazarene in the third, excuse me. 2 free throws here coming for Kendall Bradbury. She's got a game-high 22. First one, good. 7 for Kendall Bradbury here in the third quarter. And a timeout, 30-second variety taken by whom? I think it's from Mount Vernon Nazarene. Yep. They've got a 30 and 2 fulls left as they try to ice Bradbury between the two freebies. 56-40, the Taylor lead with a minute 28 remaining in the third. This is Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. That was the Abby Books 3 from that far side corner. I'm telling you, this is a replay thing. I feel bad. We should have been doing this earlier. This is a lot of fun. It also helps fill breaks during the 30-second timeouts. So Kendall Bradbury made the first free throw out of the timeout. She's got one more left. And they ask her to put her mouthpiece in, and she will abide. A minute 28 remaining in the third. Kendall with 23 points tonight. And let's make it 24 as that one went right through the net, barely even moved it. 8 points in each quarter for Bradbury. Here's an Abby Book steal over to Jamie Netzley, who rolls in a left-hand layup. There's that press unit that's oh so dangerous for those clad in white. And it's 4 straight turnovers for MVNU. Kennard will break the press and then deal it back to Basista. Taylor with a game-high 19-point lead as the press unit has come out of the break. Here's Kennard heaving up a 3 left side that slices through the net. First made 3 for Kennard after missing her first 2. Came in shooting just 22% from behind the arc, and all 7 of her points have come here in the third stanza. And that slows the Taylor barrage and trims the Taylor advantage down to 16. Weave up top for TU. They deny Bradbury a handoff, so Abby Books will hand it off to her classmate Netzley. 42 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Netzley, left-hand drive, the dribble knocked away, got it, flips it over to Cobb, wide open lane, and Cobb will lay it in with the right hand. 6 for Josie Cobb, another pretty little fine from Netzley. And the press unit comes back again. Basista whips one far side to Kennard. About 2 seconds between game and shot clock. MVNU will have to take a shot before the shot clock expires. This is Perry mid-post right, kicking out to Carpenter. Runner from 8, rims out no. Perry will dive amongst 3 players, lost out of bounds. Last touched by those in white. 11.6 seconds remaining in the third. Taylor up by 18, 61-43. They have blitzed MVNU here in the last few minutes, forcing turnover after turnover after turnover. MVNU can hold for the final shot with the shot clock turned off and 8 to go in the third. Basista left-hand dribble, whips up top to Perry, and they get Jamie Netzley for the arm bar. That's the first on Jamie, make it the fourth against Taylor in the third quarter. Wright and Garrett come in here in the third. They replace Abby Books and Josie Cobb. 5.9 left. And again, Carpenter will be the one to deal it in baseline right for MVNU. She calls out the set as Wright pogo sticks up and down in front of her. Goes through the hands. Taylor didn't see it. Here's Basista with 3, with 2. Long 2 from straight on by Perry off the right side of the rim. And that is how the third quarter will come to a close. Taylor up by 18 as we head to the fourth, 61-43. A win tonight would put them in the Crossroads League tournament semifinals on Friday night. This is Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room, to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Here's Aubrey Wright's three from the straight top of the key. Off the left side of the rim, it was Bradbury with the rebound. That led to the and one opportunity. Kendall with 24 points, 12 rebounds through 3 quarters. She has scored 8 points in all 3 quarters tonight. She has yet to come off the floor. It's her 15th double-double of the season and the 33rd of her illustrious career. We start things here in the fourth quarter with Garrett, Netzley, Bradbury, Wise, and Aubrey Wright. They attack the basket to our left, opening possession. Here the fourth stanza. Bradbury floats it into Wise. Her reverse layup will spin it off the high glass. First second half scoring for Cassidy Wise. She has 8. And Taylor increases their lead to a game-high 20, 63-43. Ellerbrock drive, thrown off the back rim, tapped out of there by Wise, and out of bounds. So as we mentioned, Wright, Wise, Garrett, Bradbury, and the Bulldog Netzley. First possession here of the fourth quarter for MVNU. Carpenter. Kennard actually got it in there. It's tapped out of there by Netzley. She tried to find Carpenter. Basista has to start the fourth quarter on the bench as they tape up her right forearm. Gregory starts this fourth quarter on the bench as well for MVNU. Rachel Perry in her spot. Cassidy Kane out there as well. Ellerbrock to round out the 5. Perry fakes, floats it up top to Ellerbrock. Right hand bounce all the way to the near side is Kennard. Angling, right hand shot, dies off the rim. Wise taps it out, but it'll go out of bounds and stay here with MVNU. Wise elevated over the MVNU player, couldn't get her hands on it, so just tapped it out of there, but for the second time in a row, no Taylor players could snatch in the miscue. Shot clock resets to 30. They get it into Perry, left side high. Dribbling from up top is Kane, mid-post right, and she'll travel with it. And there's turnover number 20 of the evening for MVNU. The Trojans have scored 23 points off the turnover tonight. They've outscored Mount Vernon Nazarene by 19 off the turnover here in tonight's contest. We played 50 seconds, and there's a foul on Cassidy Kane, bumping the Strawberry Blonde, Lacey Garrett, in the backcourt. The Trojans have 2 in double figures. Bradbury with 24. Books, that's Abby Books with 11. Josie Cobb with 6. Wise with 8. Only 1 in double figures, that's Sierra Basista with 19 for MVNU. Gregory with 9, but she has none here in the second half. The visitors try to trap Wise on the near sideline. Wright will dribble through the center jump circle to the far side of the floor. Between the circles, this is Garrett as Gregory will jog to the scores table. Garrett drives, got in, and she's fouled on the attack down the left side of the lane. Second foul against Mount Vernon Nazarene here in the fourth.
Cougar foul number 32.
The foul's on Natalie Carpenter, her second. Gregory in here for MVNU. She replaces Rachel Perry. Right, baseline left, has got it in quickly and heaves it up to the near sideline in Garrett. Taylor attacking the basket to our left. They're in white. MVNU, the road team, they are in blue. Left sideline, Garrett, down low to Bradbury, fakes the double team, trying to find a cutting Netzley down the middle. To the far sideline, and Wright will save it into Wise. Still plenty of time to shoot, as Netzley will give off to Bradbury in the right side corner. Her pass intended for Wright, too tall, and Ellerbrock steps right in front and intercepts. 10th turnover of the night for TU. Carpenter near sideline, bullets one left side high. Kennard will fire a 3, and that one is an air ball and bounces out of bounds. Kennard had made her last 2 tries from 3. Excuse me, they didn't give that last one a. Looks like they gave Carpenter that 3 in the third quarter. And so Sierra Basista comes in here for Mount Vernon Nazarene. 8:23 remaining in the fourth. Taylor up by 20. They have our only points here so far in this fourth quarter. Now Mount Vernon Nazarene will try to apply some pressure in the backcourt. Wise to the near sideline and right. She's out there with Cobb, Bradbury, Abby Books and Cassidy Wise, the Taylor starting 5. Wright dribbling far sideline, mid-post right Bradbury. Gregory giving her plenty of space. She tried to thread it through the Cobb, and it's deflected and picked up by MVNU. Back-to-back turnovers by Taylor on the offensive end. Ellerbrock to the trailing Gregory. Wise will guard her. 10-foot jump shot, short from Gregory. Wrapped in there, deflected out, and taken off the floor by Taylor's Aubrey Wright. Now she'll turn on the Jets. She'll try to blow by the defender Ellerbrock. Up top to Wise. She'll try to come storming down. Double team comes. Cobb to the near side of the floor. Books got away down to Bradbury, trying to go wrapping around to Gregory. Nope, but Kendall gets her own miss. She lost the ball. Ellerbrock will spin to the floor, and they call her for a travel as she tried to keep the ball away from that pesky Kendall Bradbury. 2.5 minutes have expired here in our fourth quarter. Haley Stratman comes in for TU, and for the first time all night, Kendall Bradbury will get a breather. 7:30 remaining in quarter number 4. Taylor up by 20. Their largest lead of the night. They have the only points here so far in this fourth stanza. Near sideline, Cobb looking Stratman's way. Will bounce to the free throw line. Wise back out to Cobb. Wants her first 3 of the night. That one just spun off the back of the rim, but Abby Books is there for the rebound for TU. Fourth free rebound of the night for A. Books to go along with her 11 points and 3 dimes. Stratman and Taylor with the weave up top. Now Cobb will attack, a right-hand bounce. Carpenter defending her. Down low to Wise, who got behind the D and puts it home with a right hand off glass. Wise in double figures with 10. Outrunning everybody at the other end, though, is Natalie Carpenter for MVNU. She's got 7. And then Wright tied up with Basista, and they're going to call the jump ball. They're going to call a foul on Aubrey Wright. She's arguing her case. Oh my gosh, they are. Wright and I think Ellerbrock or Basista were the ones that came down with it, but they say that the foul is against Aubrey Wright. That's her 3rd, and the first against Taylor here in this fourth quarter. Gregory, left elbow to Kennard. Shimmy, shake, and drive. Right-hand hook over Wise. That caught the back of the rim and goes in. Kennard with 6 all here in the second half. And with 6:28 remaining in the fourth, MVNU draws to within 18. TU from right to left in white. Mount Vernon Nazarene defends man-to-man in blue. Aubrey Wright, left-hand bounce, got her to the free throw line. Then Stratman will give up top to Cobb. Off-ball foul against Cassidy Wise. And that sends Taylor head coach Jody Martinez irate into frustration across from us. That's the second on Cassidy Wise and the second against Taylor here in the fourth quarter. Wise will check out in place of Bradbury. And Wise is hot. Taylor with the press in the backcourt. As Kennard will dribble up. Bullets one far side to Ellerbrock, their point guard, who's had a game-best 6 assists tonight to go with 5 boards and 3 puntos. Ellerbrock, mid-post left Gregory. The shorter Bradbury guards her. Catches 2-3. Carpenter rainbows off the front rim, but there's another offensive board here for MVNU. Carpenter, shimmy shake. Shot might have been blocked by Kendall Bradbury. Tapped around. There's an over the back call against Mount Vernon Nazarene. That's against Taylor Gregory, her 3rd, and the 3rd one against MVNU here in the fourth stanza. That's the 9th offensive rebound tonight for Mount Vernon Nazarene. The problem is they've only been able to score 5 second chance points. Taylor has turned their 11 offensive boards into 12 second chance opportunities. Taylor with the ball in an 18-point lead, 5:42. And that was initially signaled in the wrong way. That's a 3rd on Natalie Carpenter. She went barreling in. So I think it was Aubrey Wright who was there setting the screen. Cassidy Wise comes out after a breather, replacing Stratman. That's the 3rd one on Carpenter, the 4th one against Mount Vernon Nazarene here tonight. Lob to the goal. Gregory fronted and easily took it away from Cassidy Wise. Taylor 10 of 14 from the line. MVNU 2 of 2, but they haven't taken a free throw since the first quarter, and there's an air ball from the 3-point area, left side high from Basista. She had made her last 3 in a row and 5 of her first 6, but that one sails away. Still an 18-point Taylor lead with 5:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Wise will bullet one. Books turns on the Jets. Basista trailing. Left-hand layup, no good. Challenged and rebounded by Aubrey Wright. Basista has it right tied up, and a timeout taken there by Taylor across from us. Mount Vernon Nazarene's coach Amanda Short wanting a tie-up underneath the hoop, but they'll give the timeout a 30-second one to Taylor head coach Jody Martinez. We'll pause, and we'll show you this instant replay. This is the Bradbury left-hand scoop. Taylor leads by 18, 5:24 to go here in the fourth. TU shooting 46% from the field. There's 29% from three. MVNU 38% from the field. They are 9 of 20 from three-point distance. They come in averaging just 6 made threes per ball game, but they've made 9 tonight. Second game in a row, they're shooting above 40% or better from three-point distance. They came in, as you mentioned, in the first half, the second worst three-point shooting team in the league at 31%. They're at 45 tonight. But the other big stats, Taylor has outscored MVNU by 8 at the line, 10-2. They've taken 14 free throws to MVNU's 2. And they've scored 20-plus points off the turnover. Cobb gets it in the last moment to right, baseline right, and she'll back it out. 21 turnovers for Mount Vernon Nazarene, 15 for the Trojans, and then they call Ellerbrock and make that right. They get Aubrey Wright for the offensive foul. And Taylor head coach Jody Martinez across from us takes that right index finger and points to his right temple. As Wright leaned in, had a head of steam, and Ellerbrock baited her in and went flying backwards on the first touch. Still an 18-point Taylor lead as we approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Gregory lets it bounce to Kennard. She'll race or make that Carpenter. Tied up by Wise, and that goes back. They'll actually stay here, with MVNU. 5:05 remaining in the fourth. MVNU with the ball, trailing by 18. Gregory, left elbow jump shot, rainbows short, air ball bounces out of bounds. That's Gregory now 0 of 4 from the floor here in the second half. She was 3 of 3 in the opening half. She has 9 points all in those first 20 minutes. Press in the backcourt for MVNU. Bradbury, nobody around her. Now Ellerbrock will try to pounce from behind. Wise to Cobb near sideline. 4:50 and counting here in this fourth quarter. Taylor with the ball from right to left and white. They lead by 18. They've led by as many as 20. Weave again up top from the Trojans. Cobb, right-hand dribble down the right side of the lane, tucks that ball in the crook of her arm and went blistering down and draws a foul on the floor. That's number 5 against Mount Vernon Nazarene, and Taylor will be shooting free throws for the final 4:37. That's the fourth on Natalie Carpenter, their leading scorer at 16 points a night. She's limited to just 7 here tonight. Came in with just 12 points total in the last 2 games played. And Josie knocks down the first free throw. 7 points for her. And the second one good as well. Back to a 20-point lead for TU, 67-47. Cobb with 8, Wise with 10, Bradbury with 11. 3-point shot missed. Gregory gets the rebound and lays it up with a right hand for MVNU. First second half scoring for Taylor Gregory after she had 9 in the opening stanza. And the Taylor lead back down to 18. Cobb over 2 defenders to A. Book's far side. Seven to shoot. Books double team down to Wise. Foul from behind. Will be either against Kennard or Gregory. Taylor already in the penalty. That's the third on Sophie Kennard. And Wise to the line for 2. She's 0 for 2 from there tonight, but she's been spectacular everywhere else. 5 of 8 from the floor, 5 of 6 from inside the arc. And there's her first free throw. 5 here in the fourth quarter for Cassidy Wise. Just to put it back to a 20-point cushion. Yep, hit the front rim and rolled through. 6 fourth quarter points for Cassidy Wise. She's got 12, and then Cobb comes up with a steal in the backcourt. That's the 13th steal by TU tonight. They've assisted on 16 of their 24 field goals, and MVNU's turned it over 22 times. Bradbury inside the right side high arc. Hands off to Wise. She's like a runaway freight train and lays it up hard with the right hand and misses it. And then Kennard gets whistled for the foul to her boisterous displeasure. But both palms of the air, shrugged her shoulders. That's back-to-back fouls on Kennard. She looks back to the bench, almost in desperation, asking, what do I have to do to not get called for a foul here? So Wise back to the line for 2 more. This to push the Taylor lead above 20 for the first time tonight. And there it is. Taylor up 70-49. And the second one. For the 10th all-time leading scorer in program history, Cassidy Wise. She moved into that spot on Saturday. She's got 14 points, 8 here in the fourth quarter alone. And Taylor up by 22, 71-49 as they try to make their way to the Crossroads League Tournament semifinals for the first time in a long, long while. Gregory out to Ellerbrock. Her three was short, out of bounds. Carpenter tried to save it, but her toes hit the baseline and it will go back to TU. Ellerbrock, after hitting her first three of the night, has missed her last three in a row. 3:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Taylor with the ball. They'll bring it in from the backcourt. Hard pass near side from Wise to Abby Books, then back to Wise. The Trojan starters have played the majority of this fourth quarter. Left edge of the center jump circle right, near sideline, Abby Books. Has yet to score here in the fourth. As Taylor bleeding clock here up by 22. Wise, left side high, Bradbury right around Gregory. Left-hand layup, no. She looks around for a foul. She won't get it, but Aubrey Wright's there for the rebound for TU. The fourth rebound of the night for Aubrey Wright as Wise holds near the timeline. 2:50 and counting remaining in the fourth, and Taylor up 71-49. They had their lead trimmed to 4 at 38-34, and they have blitzed Mount Vernon Nazarene since. Abby Books down to Wise, left block, double team. She'll wrap one around to the cutting Bradbury for a right-hand layup. Oh, how pretty is that? 26 for Kendall Bradbury, and Taylor pouring it on here in the fourth. 73-49, the Trojan advantage. Gregory triple teamed. Kennard will heave a three and bang it in off the back of the rim. Kennard's first three of the night after missing her first three tries. Timeout for Mount Vernon Nazarene. A 30-second timeout. That's their final 30. As the Taylor fans rise and give a nice standing ovation to Wise and Cobb, who look to be checking out here tonight. 2:20 remaining in the fourth. Taylor up 73-52. Trying to queue up, it looks like a replay here. We work on that. Taylor up shooting 46% from the field.
At Indiana Wesleyan, the Wildcats lead St. Francis by a score of 54-45 with 4 minutes to go.
So 4 minutes left. Indiana Wesleyan leads by 9. Here's that replay of the nice pass from Wise around two defenders to Bradbury as Gregory caught it late. We'll try to get back to that replay in a moment. 2:18 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Sierra Wilson, Lauren James, Kiara Nieto have all come in for TU. As Bradbury, Cobb, Wright, and Wise all get a breather. Lacey Garrett out there as well. 2:03 remaining in the fourth. Lauren James, jab step drive, left hand, fouled on the attack, and she'll go to the line for 2. 8th foul of the fourth quarter here for MVNU. Madison Neer in for the first time in the contest for the Cougars. Same thing for Landon Collins.
At the line for your Trojans, number 11, Lauren James.
Madison Neer called for the foul. First one for James. Swishing it through. 5 points for Lauren off the bench. And the Taylor bench has been spectacular tonight. They've outscored MVNU now 13-3 as James makes both freebies. She's got 6. And Taylor up 75-52 with less than 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth. And with a 9-point cushion for Indiana Wesleyan. Carpenter, left wing three, no. Wilson tries to fight for it, can't get there for the Trojans. With a 9-point lead for Indiana Wesleyan, it looks like Taylor will be going across the county for the semifinal game on Friday night. Carpenter rainbows in a three from the right corner. 5 fourth quarter points for her. She's got 10 in the game. And she's the third Mount Vernon Nazarene player to get to double digits. Spinning away is Garrett. 1:25 to go. Nieto left wing, and she'll bounce it up top to James. 20-point cushion for TU. They led 61-43 at the end of the third. They closed that third quarter on a 23-9 burst after having their lead cut down to 4. 5 to shoot, 10-foot Jay Nieto, back of the rim long, rebounded by Sierra Wilson on the right side of the glass. With 1:02 remaining in the fourth, Taylor can just almost dribble this whole thing out. Great crowd here on hand tonight. They will rise with applause. Garrett drives, wangling in, barrels in. And they call the foul on Madison Neer. They could have called that one on Garrett. She was a hair out of control driving down the lane. Second on Madison Neer as Taylor already in the penalty. And that puts Garrett to the line for two, who spent extensive time working on a free throw shot here the last few weeks. First one, and that's why right there. Perfect. Lacey shooting 45% from the line this season, but has jumped up to 61% in league games. That one rattled halfway in and then just rattled out. 76-55 the Taylor lead with 45 seconds remaining here in the fourth. The Trojans are going to pick up their 22nd win of the year as Carpenter's three from the right corner is long. Near's there for the rebound for MVNU. Miss again, rebounded by Wilson of Taylor. Ball slipped out of her hands, got it back to the far sideline in James. There's about 4 seconds between game and shot clock. As Garrett will drive, she'll be fouled by Landon Collins. First on Collins, 10th against MVNU here in the fourth. Oh, we have a development. St. Francis has trimmed their deficit down to 4. With 2:29 remaining in the fourth. A good one brewing from over there. Garrett connects on the first of the 2 free throws here. And the second one, perfect for Lacey Garrett. 3 for her. And that is someone to keep your eyes on if you're around campus this spring. Very excited to see what the Taylor coaching staff can work on with her this spring. A fantastic dribbler. There's a Stratman with a block, and then a foul on the putback attempt from Sophie Kennard. But Garrett's one of those players to keep your eyes on this spring, especially when they come back in the fall. And what they can work on with her. She's a fantastic with the ball in her hands, weaving through defenders. She's a one-woman press break. And just the shot's been kind of hit or miss for her in her first 3 seasons, as Kennard's first free throw skips off the back of the rim. Heck, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch with all these players they get to come back and work with. Jody Martinez and Natalie Young this spring. You see what he's done with Abby and Becca Books as Kennard will hit the second of 2 free throws. She's got 10. With 5 seconds left, Taylor can run this clock out. Standing ovation from the Taylor fans here inside Odell Arena. And Taylor wins 78-56 tonight. Racing away from Mount Vernon Nazarene after the visitors had trimmed the Taylor deficit, or Taylor lead, down to 4 early on there in that third quarter. Taylor wins going away tonight. And with 1:49 left over in Marion, Indiana Wesleyan still leads St. Francis by 4. 54-50. We'll keep our eyes peeled on that as we get the Ivanhoe's post-game show. Either way, the Trojans are making their way to the Crossroads League Tournament semifinals. They've won 22 games this year, and they're now 10-1 here on the home floor since December. This is Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Founded in 1950, Central Indiana Orthopedics began its tradition of offering compassionate expert treatment for patients with bone, joint, and muscle injuries and conditions. CIO doctors and staff continue that tradition today and provide specialized care in the following areas: ankle, back, elbow, foot, hand, hip,
joint replacement and revision, knee, neck, physical medicine and rehabilitation, shoulder, spine, sports medicine, and wrist. CIO has locations in Anderson, Elwood, Fishers, Marion, Muncie, and Portland. The Anderson, Muncie, and Fishers offices also have walk-in clinics for acute injuries less than 2 weeks old, which do not require a referral or appointment. The doctors and specialized staff of CIO proudly serve as the official team doctors for Taylor University, as well as several area high schools and universities. To make an appointment or find out other information about Central Indiana Orthopedics, they can be reached at 800-622-6575 or at ciocenter.com. The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Hi. Welcome back here inside Odell Arena. 19 seconds left across the county. A bucket by Chandler Jones has drawn drawn St. Francis back to within 2. We'll keep our eyes there. A defensive foul's been called against USF that took a 30-second timeout. Nicole Ignashik has been substituted out. We're watching on live stats because we couldn't find the feed quick enough through ESPN3. Pause. There. So we'll keep our eyes on that. We'll start jumping into post-game stats. We got a couple boys standing, a couple of our workers here who try to figure out what's going on across the county. Either way, Taylor's going to play at 7 o'clock Friday night. It'll either be here against St. Francis or across the county at Indiana Wesleyan. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez making his way up to talk to us, so we will take another short break, and we'll talk to the boss after this timeout. This is Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student-athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
We're still waiting for the final 19 seconds to get played over at Indiana Wesleyan. It's the longest 19 seconds in the history of basketball. Rick Johnston, Jody Martinez joining here. That's why this laptop's here. You can't see them, but there's a group of about 10 people across from us huddled around a laptop watching. There's another group of 6 people over us watching on a phone. I guess what happens when you're trying to figure out where you're going to play on a Friday night. Yeah, everybody's hanging out. This is fun.
I told the players I don't really care. I mean,
Well,
it'd be nice
you've
to be
been through
home.
this so many
It'd be nice to be
times.
home, but it's just get back to work tomorrow and get ready for the next opponent and get after it.
Nothing's happened there yet, so we'll just start talking.
Sure.
We'll start playing some of these replays and highlights from the game over what we're talking about. But your team comes out, you shoot 45% from the floor. Was the biggest reason tonight, though, forcing Mount Vernon Nazarene to 22 turnovers and scoring 27 points off of those miscues?
We wanted to definitely put pressure on the guards. Our intent was to wear them out, but you can tell they were motivated. They didn't want their season to end. 22 did an outstanding job, scoring 13 by half just to keep them in the game. We got up 15, and they closed out on that run, 13-8 run or 13-6 run or something. But, it's just second half, I thought we did a good job ball management until the fourth quarter. Then we got a little tight, some dumb turnovers. But overall, just, well pleased. I mean, we held them to 56 points. It's a high-scoring team. They like to push the ball up in transition a lot. And, we were able to score for 78, play to everybody, which is a blessing. And, like you said, we're waiting to see who our next opponent is, if we're going to be at home or on the road.
It'll be 7 o'clock either way,
Yeah,
so you're fine.
7 o'clock either way Friday night.
Update there, Kara Gurka missed a 2-point shot that would have tied it. Defensive rebound here for Indiana Wesleyan. St. Francis now has to foul, still down 2. Kendall Bradbury, 26 points. Cassidy Wise, 14. But Abby Brooks continues her stellar play. Third game in the last 4 of at least 11. Her shooting percentages weren't as great as they were, but she had a lot of good looks, particularly from 3, that just didn't go for it tonight. What does it mean to add her and to maybe spell a little bit of that scoring drought that Josie's fallen into here in the last few weeks?
It's just once again, we talked about this in the pregame. It was a credit to her work ethic and just improving all the time. And she's just playing with a lot more confidence. And, Abby's role at the beginning of the year was more her length to disrupt passing lanes on defense. I just love her energy. And so her offense came around, and, we're going to need that, especially if we get to nationals. You play different teams, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, we played enough ranked teams this year. We might play a similar opponent just because of how many teams we played. But with Abby's productivity, and you got Aubrey, playing a lot better with the ball handling. And like Josie's going to come around. Josie's been, banged up. She's, half her face is green, the other half is normal from that collision last week.
Looks like a boxer.
She does.
She got done doing 12 rounds.
I told her in practice yesterday, I said, hey, when's the last time you iced? And it was the game day when she got hurt. I go, you haven't iced since.
I think you could see her black eye all the way from up here.
I said, if you would ice, that color goes away. So it's an easy concept.
Well, her dad was a linebacker at Ohio State, so a little black eye is nothing to tan and white,
nothing,
right?
Her dad probably told her to quit icing.
I kind of like to joke around the office. I don't know how they fit 1998 Dennis Rodman with all the tattoos and all the weird dyed hair into 5'6" Josie Cobb, but somehow they did, and that's what you get. I mean, she's a scrappy girl in a 5'6" frame.
Oh yeah, she had 3 steals tonight, almost a couple more. But overall, she's just been a blessing to coach all year, and it's kind of all the seniors, Cassidy and Sierra. You couldn't ask for a better group to come into a new setting my first year, and just their belief in a new system. I mean, it took us a while to learn the system defensively, but once we clicked on their confidence went to another level. And 22 wins is pretty amazing with this group.
Most wins, we're going to have to look that up. It's the most wins in a long, long time for the Taylor women's basketball team. The last team that got 21 was the 12-13 team that actually lost in the first round of the league tournament, did not receive an at-large bid after making all the way up to 13th in the country earlier in that season. How much fun is this time of the year for you, back as being a head coach?
Yeah, just being the head coach is fun. I've always, for 16 years, competed against Taylor when I was coaching at Bethel, and all I knew was the locker room and the gym, the KSAC. The culture here, the community, from President Haynes down to Skip to Kyle, the athletic director, just the people. Working with people like you in the athletic department, it's just been a blessing. You look forward to coming to work, and then I always look forward to coming to practice because someone's going to be goofy towards me, or we're going to say something funny about someone, and we just go after it. I mean, we just go after people, and so I think the game's over by the reaction of everybody.
Yeah, everybody's clearing out.
Yeah, we're going to Wesleyan.
So 7 o'clock Friday night over there, Crossroads League semifinals. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, we got,
You're up by 15 in the first half over there, and I remember from talking to you and talking to some of the girls that you guys feel that was one that you let get away, and obviously you had your way here the first time, so it should be going on Friday night.
Yeah, we just got to see what's up with Cassidy. Bless her heart. She competed, but, man, I know she was in a lot of pain. We'll get there. 2 days preparation. We'll have a game plan. Just got to execute, baby. Just got to execute.
This guy right here.
Hey,
Jody.
you said it. You labeled this season called the season of first. And, Natalie's my guru with numbers, and she was telling me how many things we've done the first time in years or broke records, and I'd get a headache just thinking all that stuff. But that's why I have her, right? And I got you.
She's got way too much time in her day. She's up there breaking down the other league tournaments from the West Coast.
If this happens, we might be able to move up. Every time you say that, we keep dropping. Yes. We lose to ranked teams and we get punished for it. That's a pretty remarkable system here.
This guy, look at you.
I tell you what, just send me out there and we'll take care of business.
It's been fun, Jody.
Thank you.
I'm hoping selfishly that something happens that we're going to see each other here for a game and here Monday night. If not, then hopefully the next time you and I talk is out in Iowa.
I'm all for that too.
You and me both.
I would love to have you here Monday with me, but if not, I'll plan on Iowa.
The season of first rolls on.
Let's do it.
That's Jody Martinez here on the Ivanhoe postgame show. We're back to wrap it up right after this. Back one final time with one of our highlights of the evening. Cassidy Wise fires up a dime to Kendall Bradbury for the layup as Taylor wins tonight, going away 78-56. 22 wins for Taylor on the year. They are at Indiana Wesleyan coming up on Friday night. 7 o'clock tip there. We hope we'll see you back here Monday night for the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game, but that will be if Marion is upset. They were up big at halftime tonight over Spring Arbor. Again, we hope that the next time we talk to you, as we mentioned with head coach Jody Martinez, is in Sioux City, Iowa for the national tournament as the season of firsts rolls on here for the Taylor women's basketball team. Number 18, Taylor, defeats Mount Vernon Nazarene tonight by the final of 78-56. The Trojans had 3 in double figures, Kendall Bradbury with 26, Cassidy Wise with 14, Abby Books with 11, Josie Cobb chipped in 8, Jamie Netzley had 7. Bradbury had a game-high 14 rebounds for her 15th double-double of the season and the 33rd of her career. If you didn't hear on Saturday, she became the most prolific scorer in a single season for the Taylor women's basketball team. She had 695 points then. Quick math in my head was never my strong suit. It gives her now 721 points now after her 26 tonight. If I am off, I apologize. So it's Taylor and Indiana Wesleyan for the 3rd time coming up on Friday night. The winner will go on to the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game on Monday night. Special thanks to Liam, our producer tonight. He was the one manning the replays, our first time doing replays. We hope you folks enjoyed those. It was fun to look back at some of those clips live, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Special thanks to Jason, the man who was running the camera that allowed Liam to get these replays to you. So again, we hope that we'll talk to you on Monday. If not, the selection show is next Wednesday. And hopefully we are sitting around that selection show trying to figure out where the Taylor women's basketball team is going in the national tournament. But first, they have the semis coming up on Friday when they take on Indiana Wesleyan. The men's basketball team is over at IWU tomorrow night for the Crossroads League men's basketball quarterfinals. Good luck to Josh Andrews and the boys tomorrow night. Once again, our final score from here inside Odell Arena. Taylor defeats Mount Vernon Nazarene 78-56 to pick up their 22nd win of the year. They're now 12-3 here at home. They're 10-1 here on the home floor since the beginning of December. This has been a presentation of Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Good night from Upland, Indiana.